you managed to get the majority of votes. Barely.
We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to TODO. Today. We are here going to reread some more theory because the big day is tomorrow. The competition, I believe. I don't know what round this is. Round 2? Is this the final round? Yeah, I think it won't harm to read a few more things. That's the spirit. Just take your time. You have all evening. He is really stinking cute. Alright. So what should I read about? Alright, we're done. Well, I think that's enough. I think I should manage with what I know. Are you done reading me, Chico? Yeah, I think that was enough for now. Well, I should go to bed soon. Tomorrow is an important day. Yeah, you're right. By the way, Joyce, how are you feeling? You spent the whole day alone here, right? Yeah, but I'm fine. Thanks for asking. I didn't quite know how to pass the time now that I'm cut off from the main server, but I have to say the internet is an interesting place. I checked out that social media site you go to when you take a break, and I think I already made some friends. Is that so? Yep, I can definitely see now how you can manage to spend so much time on the internet. Well, I'm glad you weren't just bored all day. Don't worry, I can keep myself busy. Plus, I'm still thinking about what exactly I want from life, though I'm not exactly closer to an answer. Well, don't feel like you need to rush things. You can stay here for as long as you want. Thank you, Michiko. But I should really go to bed now. I can't believe I have to get up so early on my day off. Well, the weekend is right around the corner, so I'm sure you can sleep in again soon. Yeah. Well, here it is. Friday. Oh, we have to go to the actual building? What? Today's the day. I'm nervous. Joyce would probably tell me to calm down. Well, he did right before I left. Maybe I can actually can calm down if I try. It'll be fine. I mean, it's not like my future depends on this, but it does. Ichiko, you're here. Oh, Phoenix, yeah, I just got here. Actually, going inside seems absurdly difficult, though. I feel you, but the final will start in 20 minutes. What are final? Are we taking a test or something? We should go, shouldn't we? Like, what? After they confirmed that it was really us and not someone who tried to sneak inside the studio, we were led through the building. It wasn't exactly a tour, but whenever we passed anywhere noteworthy, our guide told us about it. As it turned out, the person showing us around was one of Naughty Cat's lead artists and one of the judges. She casually mentioned that she's a character lead on Titan Watch Online. No big deal. I'd say I was close to asking a whole lot of questions, but I couldn't manage to make a sound even if I wanted to. Eventually, we arrived in a room where a handful of other people were already waiting. Apparently, we were the last ones to arrive. A brief introduction and an even shorter explanation later, we were taken to the room where the final was held and live streamed. Good thing I forgot about that this morning, or I might have gotten second thoughts about even taking part. The first part of the final is apparently a written test, art theory. We literally have to do this? Finally knowing what I have to do eased my worries a bit. I thought we just had to draw another picture. But I've come so far, I can't mess this up now. Please don't tell me I actually had to pick out choices, because I skimmed through. Alright, hello! Once I said that, I thought of James, Uber Haxor Nova, with the alright, hello.
Alright, hello!
Alright, hello there, pretty people. The show is about to begin. As you know, the first task is all about theory, but because just letting you write down answers on a piece of paper will be boring to watch, we decided to spice things up a little. I'll ask questions and you'll take turns answering. You have 9 seconds to answer. If you're not fast enough, the question is open to the group. If you answer incorrectly, the question will be open as well, and you will have to wait for the next question. Bro, please don't do this to me. Can my girl just answer for me? So I did not remember anything. All in all, you need 2 correct answers to move on to the next test. But if you fail to answer 3 questions, you're out. So be fast, not rash. And don't forget to smile for the camera. Last I heard, we had 20,000 viewers. This feels strange to say, but I'd honestly rather take a written test. Ready? No. Yeah, no, same mood. Alright, we'll start with you there. This is an easy one, so try not to embarrass yourself. What era of art history did classism used as a basis for its set values guidelines? I don't freaking know. Did I read that? Oh, not me. Okay. Renaissance? I'll let that count because we're still warming up. But the correct answer would have been the classical art of ancient Greece and Rome. They did, however, also get inspiration from early Renaissance art. I won't be going this easy on any of you anymore, so better brace yourselves. Next up, Phoenix. The marble slab that was eventually turned into Michelangelo's David was originally cut 43 years earlier for an artist named Agostino Duccio. He was tasked to make a statue for a Florentine cathedral. Florentine? Dude, these words! However, he abandoned the project and 10 years later, another artist picked up the marble. What was the name of that artist? What's with this jump in difficulty? I want to say Michelangelo, but this is a trick question, right? I feel kind of bad for Phoenix. Antonio Rosalino? But he abandoned the marble as well because he found it too difficult to sculpt. Correct. You can almost feel bad for that marble, but at least it got turned into a statue eventually after all. He knew it? I mean, Phoenix is smart. Oh no, it's our turn. I don't know these answers. Alright, now we'll move on to Michiko. If this will be anything like the last question, I'm screwed. This question is a bit more contemporary. Okay. In digital painting, there's a technique that incorporates parts of photographs. What is it called? I don't know. Photoshopping? Well, almost. We'll shoot. Okay, is it photo bashing? Correct. Okay. And before anyone says anything about the legitimacy of this technique, we at Nadacat think it's perfectly fine to use. If you disagree, you probably never had to make photorealistic art with a tight deadline and lots of revisions. Alright, on to the next question then. We'll give you a bit of a breather with this one. What is the complementary color of purple? Oh, dude. Wait, oh, it's not me. Red? Wait, no. Too late. Sorry, but the question is open to everyone now. Does anyone know the complementary color of purple? Isn't it the opposite color of purple? Blue? Oh, shoot, dude! I literally just read it. It's yellow. Spot on. I was gonna go with orange. Nice combo you have going there, Michiko. Well, if something like this can already throw people off balance, maybe it's time to increase the difficulty. Oh god, the next two questions were brutal. Barely anyone managed to answer correctly on the first try. Even though this meant several opportunities for me to get points, I had no chance of even guessing the answers. Eventually, we finished the first rotation. 4 people were already out because they threw in too many wrong answers. Of course, Phoenix got his question right again, and suddenly it was my turn once more. Good thing we had this save option. Technically, I already passed, but I was still nervous. Okay. Alright, Michiko, your turn. Time for a thought experiment. Not ready for that. Let's say you pass. Actually, no, you not only pass, but you get a job here. What do you want to do? Concept art. Concept art? Nice! Then I'd be your lead. Well, okay, let's say you're a concept artist working under me and you just submitted a concept that our art director isn't happy with. Specifically, it's about a few details that don't seem to match the requirements of the style guide. What do you do? Well, oh, this was part of the interview. Read the details? Oh, is that right? I'd remove the details if that's what's necessary for the concept to fit in with the rest. Just like that? Well, of course I'd have to make sure that the concept isn't lacking anything once they're removed, but the art director has the last word, right? You're not wrong, but we're not looking for workers who just execute other people's ideas. But alright, you'd be a junior artist after all, so the answer is fine. What did you want me to say? Ask what is wrong with them? Before doing anything, I'd have to know what exactly is wrong with what what is wrong with what those details, whatever. If it really doesn't fit in with the rest, I'll have to change it, but it'll probably happen again if I don't know what to avoid. Whatever I made, though, I probably had a reason for making it like that, so I should at least mention that, right? That sounds good to me. Okay. The art director ultimately gets to decide, but we're a team. Blindly following orders isn't good for anyone. Okay, okay. I wanted to choose that choice, but I thought in the interview he said, you just gotta do it anyway. You're a diplomatic one, aren't you? Anyway, I think we'll stop here. I didn't expect we'd already be down to 4 people after just one rotation. If you didn't make it, feel free to go down to the lobby and watch the rest of the live stream. Everyone else stay here. Next up is a practical task. Can we get this over with? After a short break to set everything up, we were told told what the task was going to be. A character design. Computers, software, and other equipment were provided. At first, I was pretty excited about the task, until the final details were revealed. What? Well, looks like our remaining 4 finalists are quite the motley crew. Are you all ready? I guess. Alrighty, if you have any technical problems, now is the time to speak up or else it'll take up your work time. You have a total of 40 minutes to come up with an idea and get it into a presentable state. Oh, and we'll make rounds with the camera to show everyone at home what you're making. So be ready to answer some questions. Seriously? I mean, they do it in cooking shows. They don't expect full-on production quality here, right? And before you ask, of course, we mainly judge the idea, but executing it will obviously give you more points. Well, shoot. Any questions? No? Well, let's get this started then. Wait, so is there a topic, or are we just supposed to design a random character? Oh, I'm sorry, didn't I mention? The topic is Combat Mailman. Huh? So like a berserker? No, didn't you hear what I said? Yeah, Combat Mailman. So like a really manly fighter, right? Okay, scratch that. We're making it a mail clerk now. As in someone who works at a post office for everyone who hasn't caught on. Gender doesn't matter. Oh, but don't forget the combat bit. I'm curious how you combine these topics. Feel free to do some world building to tie everything together. Aside from the main theme, you're free to do whatever you want. Alright, any more questions? Well then, get ready. The first thing I thought to draw is like the mailman holding like how Santa holds a red sack, but it's like a white sack with mail, and then like a dog trying to chase after him, or the dog is like the sidekick. That's the first thing I thought of. If I was thrown into this situation, that would be what I would draw. But there's like no combat right there. Unless I'm gonna tell them, my dog's my sidekick for combat. Your 40 minutes start now. Because usually, like in movies and stuff, it's like the dogs are chasing the mailman, but make the dog the buddy. The topic itself already felt like a curveball, but only having 40 minutes was still the biggest obstacle. The time pressure quickly won over my general nervousness, so I started sketching. I knew trying to formulate a complete idea and then trying to execute it in time wouldn't work. I'm not the fastest, but at least I know my limits. I decided to make something simple. To sell the design with interesting shapes and a twist on the concept. I also took some liberties with the topic and made it about email. So the mail clerk would be more like an AI, sorting incoming mails and sending others off, all while defending their user from viruses, spam, and phishing mails. Even so, I didn't think about what I was doing as much as I probably should have. Once I found an idea that worked, I clung to it, but it didn't keep me from changing things over and over again. Of course, right when I found a fatal flaw in my design and started erasing what didn't work, the camera team approached. I think I somehow salvaged the situation, but it was stressful. Eventually, the time was up and we had to present our respective pieces. I was so nervous I didn't even remember what I said once my presentation was over. I think I did fine, but I was still anxiously awaiting the decision of the judges. After everyone finished presenting their piece, that time finally came. Well that's tough, but we had to make a decision nonetheless. First off, Phoenix. As always, impressive work. Can I see his work? They've been hyping up our boy, but I haven't seen a single art piece from him yet. Getting lost in details is pretty dangerous when working with tight time constraints, but you barely managed to dodge that. The design itself is fairly basic, but it's well executed, fits all the requirements, and has enough interesting bits to still look unique. It's not quite unanimous this time, but you're in the final round of this final. Now as for the last slot for the final showdown, this is a tough one. All of you have certain qualities, but we're not looking for a showdown of technical skill alone. Phoenix already covers that front, so we're looking for someone else for the final finalist. Michiko, did you struggle with the time limit? Oh, dude, do we answer honestly? Yes. Yes, to be honest, I did. Well, that's not a problem. it actually made your piece more interesting. Visually, it's pretty rough and simplistic, but you focus on the core, the design itself. I'm glad you decided to take some time to think about the world first before starting the design process. Of course, it looks like there are a few ambiguities here and there due to the rough art, but at this stage, this is more of a starting point than a finished concept. It'll be a tough battle, but you managed to get the majority of votes. Barely. He makes it seem like he didn't want me to win with the word barely. Like, you barely made it, but okay. Holy shit, I made it! And this is where I'm gonna stop because I realized the time. Always over time. This game is pretty long. It's really long. So I have no idea when is the ending. Again, I'm estimating the ending is at the end of March. Who knows? Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
의미 없는 감정 소모해 반복된 시소 속에 이젠 지겨워지게 반복된 시소 속에